Picking up from where we left off then, we've got some edited drums. I'll close that folder and we could have a quick look at the voice. What we need to do really is make groups for all of these so that once we've got all our individual faders for the different instruments, we can control a global level for our drums. So to do that, I'm going to make a group track. In fact, I'm going to make 2 group tracks, both stereo. One is going to be drum group and one is going to be voice group. Back to our mixer page, and then for all of the drum tracks that we've got, I don't want to see my input channels. So it's these: kick, snare, top, snare, bottom, hats, tom 1, tom 2, overhead left and right. I now, instead of sending them to the stereo output, I send them to drum group, and to drum group, and to drum group, and to drum group, so on and so forth. And then I look at my group track here. So here's my drum group track, which is muted, of course. So once I've made a drum mix, I can then control the overall level of the drums in relation to the bass, to the guitars, to the keyboard, to the strings, to the voice via my groups. I can also put effects on the groups that will affect the whole drum kit, as opposed to just adding an effect that affects one particular item of the kit. So I've got the drums in a group and I just need my vocals in a group. Voice group and voice group. Yep, that's correct. We'll do a file save. And it might be a good moment to mute what we don't want. It's much better to mute what we don't want rather than solo what we do. Jesus free. Let's just have a look at the vocal track now. It's been double tracked, but there's some
Jean baby, LA lady.
We could potentially even go into here. No, not do that. Let's just expand this out a little bit. We just want to work on the voice.
Jean baby, LA lady.
We could actually cut this here. And
LA.
Cut that there. Maybe just drag this back to here.
LA lady. LA lady.
Well, we're kind of making it up, but we're making it a little better. Try and find some aspects of this that are out of tune. So we could double click on here. If I just actually mute the first one, so I'm just
LA lady, seamstress for the band.
If we double click on this and not looking at hit points, now we look at audio, vary audio, and select pitch and warp segments. It's going to analyze the whole track. a big analysis of everything.
Blue jean baby, LA lady, seamstress for the band, pretty-eyed, pirate smile, you'll marry a music man.
Okay, that bit there.
Man.
Could you do with being just a little sharper?
Man.
It's a little too sharp.
Man. Man.
We could quantize the pitch a little bit.
Man.
Uh-oh, no.
Man. Man.
It's going to be difficult. It needs to be just a little sharper, but not a semitone sharper.
Man. Man. Man.
So this is the fluctuations within the tone, and by doing this you can straighten them out and give it that, if you want, a typical dance music sound.
Man. Man.
It kind of gives it an automated feel, but we want the naturalness of the voice, but just slightly sharper.
Man.
So you could work on all of this and tune it up really nicely. Tune both of them exactly, and you'll get this nice double tracked sound with a little bit of editing. But note also the huge discrepancies where the voice gets very loud.
Piano man, he makes a stand.
One thing we could do on the voice, let's mute the copy of the drums too, is on the vocal track
Piano man,
we could insert dynamics, a compressor.
piano man, he makes a stand in the auditorium, looking on. She sings the songs, the words she knows, the tune she hums.
What that will do, having a compressor in, is will average out these amplitudes to give you a general consistent level of voice. So lots to do. That pretty much covers what we did in the class.